I have just come back from shopping. I know, it's not easy to go shopping these days, but I went to a corner shop. And let's see what I got. I got coffee, some sugar. And I've got some fruit. Let's see what else I got there. And this is canned corn. Very good. I love corn. Okay, and I also got a bottle of water. Now, Christmas is nearby, and we all want to go shopping. So today we're going to talk about shopping. What we say when we want to buy things, and what we need. Where can you go shopping? I went shopping to a small shop, a corner shop. They're called corner shops. Yes, there are other shops and stores. There are corner shops, which are very small shops, and you can buy the things that I bought. There are supermarkets, very good. Department stores, where you can buy clothes, devices, furniture, anything you want. There are street markets. People usually buy fruit there. And of course, there are big malls. Now, what do you need to go shopping? Well, you need two things. You need money, or you need a credit card. And when you go shopping, people will ask you, cash or credit card? Another word for money, this kind of money, is cash. And in most places now you can pay either cash or using your credit card or your mum's or your dad's credit card. What else do you need to go shopping? Well, you need a bag, or if you go to a big store, you need a shopping cart. Sometimes you can go shopping online. Now, when you pay, people will give you a receipt. I know it's hard to pronounce it. It's called a receipt. And you need that because you may want to change things. Now, if you buy things in Greece, you pay in euros, that's right. And this is the sign of euro. But if you go to another country, then you can pay in dollars. If you go to the United States, or if you go to England, their money is called pounds. It's the British pound. Now, sometimes you might see at the shops something like this. This is called the price. It's how much money we pay. And this is pronounced £10.50. Now, sometimes when you go to a shop, you want to get a good price. You want to pay less money. Now, this is called a discount. Or you might see it like that. 10% off, which means if you paid €100, now you will pay only 90. This is called a discount. And people want to have good prices for their money, for the money they spend. Or, in other words, they want good value for their money. Now, what do you buy when you go shopping? Can you make a quick list of the things that you buy when you go shopping? Yes, sometimes we buy food. It's true. And sometimes we buy clothes. Now, when we buy clothes, what are we looking for? Something that makes us look smart. But sometimes we also want to have other things. We want the right size. See, I bought a brand new t-shirt and I'm happy. Oops, what's wrong with it? The size is not right. Yes, it's too small for me. Yes, there is an expression for that. We say, it doesn't fit me. See, that's it. I can't go in there. So the expression again is, it doesn't fit me. Now, sometimes we want to buy things like food. How do we ask for it? Now, let's clean the board and let's write some useful expressions. Now, if we want to buy food, usually we ask how much and how many. People will ask us how much and how many. Some things, like an orange, we can count it. We can say 1, 2, 3. We can say 1, 2, 3 cans of food. 1, 2, 3 bottles. And for all these, we use how many. It's things we can count. We can have oranges, bottles, cans. But some things we can't really count. This is sugar. Can I say 1 sugar? No, I can't. Can I say 1 coffee? I can't. So what do? We ask with how much. How much coffee? We can't count it. How much sugar? And there we use other words. For example, we say a box of sugar or a packet of sugar. What do we say about water? Very good, a bottle of water. Now, let's see some words we use for things we can't count and we ask with how much. By the way, this is a carton of milk. It's made of paper, and that's where we put milk, because you can't have a milk, but you can have a carton of milk. I'm sure you know some of them. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if you can match them. a carton of, a bottle of, a packet of, a can of, or a bottle of? We can say a carton of milk, very good. We can say a bottle of water, very good. We can say a can of corn, and there it should be a bar of chocolate. Okay. Now, what about money? When somebody wants to ask you about money, or if you want to ask, you want to pay that, what's the question? Can we count money? In Greek you can count, but in English we use how much. So the question is, how much is it? Excuse me, how much is this, please? Excuse me, how much are they, please? They are £10.50. They're £1. They're €1.10. So if you want to ask how much it costs, you could say, excuse me, how much is it? Or you could say, how much does it cost? Let me clean the board. Let's write that, and then we can practice together. So the question is, how much is it? Or how much are they? Or how much does it cost? Yes, I know, you're right. Something is not there. What is it? The magic word. What's the magic word that I forgot? Please. Very good. When we buy things, we're polite. How much is it, please? And how much does it cost, please? And when they tell you how much it costs, sometimes you might get some money back. In this case, they say, here's your change. Change is the money you get back. And if you want to ask someone at the shop, you can say, can I have some oranges, please? Can I have a bottle of water, please? Now let's practice together. You go to a shop and you want to buy some sugar. How are you going to ask it? Very good. Can I have some sugar, please? And then people will ask you, how much, sir? How much sugar, madam? And what can you say? You could say a kilo. You could say a packet of sugar. And then you want to ask them, how do we ask that? Yes, you're right. How much is it, please? Or how much does it cost? And the answer is, it costs £5, it costs £3.50. Cash or credit? Cash, if you use real money. Credit, if you use a credit card. Okay, and then you also need to have your receipt. Here's your receipt, and here is your change. If you pay cash, you usually get some money back. Now, I want you to make your own shopping list. I want you to write down the things that you want to buy. How many of these do you need when you go to the supermarket, when you go to a street market or a department store? What will people ask you there? Will they ask you how much or how many? And how are you going to ask them? Let's repeat it one more time. How much is it, please? Or how much does it cost? Here's your change. And if you want to ask for something, can I have some sugar, please? Can I have some coffee, please? Now, sometimes we buy things that we don't really like. What do we do then? Then we return them. Then we make sure that we return them. But what do we need for that? We need a receipt. Okay, now I want you to think that you are working at a shop. You're on a Greek island and you want to help a tourist. You work at a corner shop or at a supermarket. Which of these are you going to use? That's right. Here's your change. And what can you tell the tourist? Can I help you? Now, when we buy things or when we sell things, we need to remember one thing. A very important word. Please. People are polite and they like to see polite people. Thank you very much.